Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Analysis and Assessment. NVIDIA closed positive today as per my expectation, and that's a good sign. But the market was very volatile today, as I warned you in my previous video. In this video, we'll take a look NVIDIA stock price movement for today and try to make some assessment for the future. We'll also take a look the employment data for today and how it impacted the market and how the employment data and the inflation data can impact the market in the coming weeks. Now, let's get started. Starting with today's summary, Nvidia opened at 111.25. It made a high 113.48. It made a low 107.56 and it closed at 112.68. That is 1.92% up. But the overall movement for Nvidia and also the overall market, you see, so much volatility, lots of ups and downs. So after market open, Nvidia tried to go further up, but it could not sustain it, and then it went down. But sometime in the afternoon, it got the positive momentum and went further up. The possible reason for Nvidia to go down was the employment and the unemployment data that got released today. Another factor that we all know is the uncertainty behind the tariffs at this point. So every other day, we come across something new regarding tariffs. So these tariffs got implemented on Monday, but now you see that yesterday Trump administration put a pause on the tariff. So that's a good sign for the overall market, but market does not like uncertainty. So if Trump wants to impose the tariff, he should go with that, if he wants market to get the stability. But one day the admin announces the tariff, the next day or the following day it take the tariffs back. So that's not working well for the market. And if you take a look the major indices, they also behave the same way. You see that S&P tried to go up in the morning, but it went down after that, and sometime in the afternoon it got the momentum and went further up. And if you take a look Dow Jones and Nasdaq, you will see the same behavior. See Nasdaq, same behavior, and Dow Jones, similar behavior. So that tells the volatility around Nvidia stock price today was not related to anything specific to Nvidia. It was the overall momentum in the stock market. So Nvidia was going with the flow. And if you talk about unemployment rate data that got released today in the morning, so unemployment rate went up compared with the forecast. The forecast was 4.0% and the actuals came 4.1%. And if you take a look at this table, you see compared with last month, the actuals came higher as well. So overall trend looks to me is going up. And also the non-farm payrolls that also got released in the morning. You see the actuals came lower than the forecast, and that's consistent with the last month cycle as well. The last month, the actuals also came lower than the forecast. So that tells, the last month, the number of people got employed was less than the previous month, 1 month prior, I mean. So that tells, the job market is slowing down. The unemployment rate is going up, and also the non-farm payrolls going down. And the next week data, that is the CPI data that talks about inflation, that will be very critical. If the CPI data suggests that the inflation is going up, then we are going to be in the problem. And that's called stagflation. So the market would see that inflation is going up, but at the same time, the job market is slowing down. So in the normal circumstances, they both go in the same direction, meaning that the job market gets better, then the inflation goes up. But in this case, it's going the opposite. So that's why market will be worried about stagflation. In the stagflation scenario, inflation goes up, but the job market or the economy slows down. But it will all depend on next week inflation data. Then I'll talk about more on the stagflation. We're talking about Nvidia overall financial and the fundamentals. There is nothing negative about Nvidia and overall AI sector. In fact, the outlook and the growth is very good. The only problem is the overall economy and the tariffs. Okay, when these two things are under control in the future, then you'll see Nvidia and other AI stock will be making a big jump. And if you talk about my position, I'm still holding my Nvidia stocks. I did not sell any Nvidia stocks in last few weeks because I'm still positive that Nvidia will try to make some recovery before the GTC conference or just around the GTC conference. So that will give me some good price if I want to sell Nvidia during that time. So this was my short video. I'll make another detailed video over the weekend in which I'll talk about my assessment for Nvidia stock price for next week. I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more in the next video. Take care.